Welcome back to the Malt Man Cave. I'm Keith.
I'm Dave.
Tonight we're going to be reviewing a sherry bomb. Alright, so we are back and we are going to be reviewing a hardcore sherry bomb. It's my birthday and I thought I'd pull out a pretty good whiskey. And if I look red, it's because I was at Kings Island, which is an amusement park in Ohio, which actually we have the best amusement parks really in the world, right? Isn't Cedar Point considered to be the best amusement park in the world?
I think one of them. I think there's been some.
There's like one in Japan that they kind of go back and forth for having like the tallest amusement.
Yeah, but we're definitely, as far as having
roller coaster in the world.
Yeah,
we're spoiled. We have two of like I would say top 10 in the world. In Ohio, we have two of them.
One's like 3 hours away and one's like an hour away.
So we have Kings Island. We went to Kings Island today, which actually Cedar Point, whoever owns Cedar Point bought them out. So I think it's even Kings Island has gotten better. So if I look red, it's because I got fried today and it was so hot today. So hot. But as I said, we're going to be doing a sherry bomb for my birthday. We're going to be reviewing the Glendronach 21. So, I actually bought a bottle of this whiskey probably about a year ago, and I drank it, and I drank it, and I drank it, and then I had about this much, and I was saving it to do a review.
Then you drank
it. And then one night, I couldn't restrain myself, and I was like, I'll just buy another one. So I bought another one, and as you can see, I almost did it again. So I thought, you know what? It's time to review Glendronach 21 Parliament. So, know anything about this whiskey?
I know that it's a sherry bomb.
Yeah. So Glendronach is known for making hardcore, heavily matured sherry, matured whiskeys. And in fact, they're kind of known right now. It's kind of a seal in the industry because a lot of their whiskeys, and that's kind of slowly changing now. But a lot of their whiskeys are older than what the actual age statement says, which we've talked about in some of our other reviews. So I don't want to kill a dead horse, but this one was bottled in, I think, September 29th, 2018. So if you go, and I'm going to put it in the description, Words of Whiskey has this awesome graph that kind of shows, hey, if it's this year, it's going to be this old. So this one is not 21 years old. This is indeed 23 years old. And the Glendronach 21 is the one to look out for because a lot of the other expressions are kind of catching up. Like the 12 is now 12 years old now. It's no longer has older whiskey. The 15 is now 15 years old, unfortunately. The 15-year-old Revival was just a fantastic whiskey, and it's still a really good whiskey, but it's not as superb as it was before. The 18 is still slowly has some older whiskey, and this one is the one over the next couple of years is going to continue. So 2019 is 24 years old. 2020 is going to be 25, I think. 2021, 26, and I think it either 21 or 2021 or 22 or 23 is when it'll be caught up. So the next couple of years are the years to buy the Glendronach 21. So this bad boy comes in at 48% ABV. It is non-colored, non-shelf filtered, and aged in dunnage warehouses, which if you don't know, I think most of the people that watch your videos are pretty whiskey geeks and whiskey connoisseurs, so they already know. But if you haven't, dunnage warehouses are kind of older, they have slate roofs. A lot of times they're made out of wood or brick or, and they have earthen floors. So pretty much they have some frames, but then it's got dirt on the floor. And I don't know, it just creates, when you use like a good sherry cask, it just adds in this earthiness to it, that, like chocolate, and then it's like earth. So it's like dirt and chocolate mixed into your whiskey, which I think makes it fantastic. And you get a little cobwebby leather armchairs, oaky, old, like quality oaky notes that just make it fantastic.
I need to remember all these for when I'm doing my tasting notes later.
So this is matured in a combination of the finest Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. So anything else you want to say about this whiskey?
No.
Ready to get?
Yeah, I'm ready to have some.
So without further ado,
I've been out in the sun all day today too. Not quite as oh, my bad.
Ruining my punchline.
I know. Let's get into some whiskey.
There you go. I did cut it close again, didn't I?
That's all right, man.
sometimes what I forget. No. Oh. Dave doesn't like, you guys all know, Dave doesn't like sherry whiskey as much as I do.
You know what? I just know that you're going to appreciate it a little bit more.
Spilling it everywhere.
No, officer, I haven't been drinking.
All right, so what do you get on the nose? Oh my word.
It's pretty tasty.
I tend to like Oloroso sherry better than Pedro Jimenez.
Yeah.
And so there is a part of me I think likes the 18 a little bit better because it's all Oloroso. But I gotta tell you, man,
my first note
this is a fantastic whiskey.
My first note is orange juice.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times with sherry cask, you do get like an orange note. So I totally believe you.
And then I put like vitamin C-ish, a little vitamin C.
Going with the orange juice.
Yeah. Leathery notes, dark fruits obviously are there. I put prune juice to be specific. That's, for me, you're just getting right into it.
I know a lot of people are real strict. They just nose, and then they move to the palate. I feel like I get more on the nose if I have a drink. I think it helps me to smell better.
This whole time, 110 reviews or however, and I've only been sniffing.
Really? You've never taken a sip?
Mm-mm.
Did you know I did that? I always do it. I always take a sip while I'm nosing.
I'm learning new things about you every day. And then finally, I put car wash soap down. If you're going through the car wash, the stuff that they spray on your car, it's a very...
No, I do.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I feel like it's
like a wax.
But isn't there kind of fruity? It smells a little fruity.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Car wash soap.
I looked at you a little weird at first, but I can get on board.
Yeah, it's the stuff that they spray on it. And then a little bit of candle
wax. It does
wax.
kind of smell like that.
Yeah, a little bit of candle.
Look at you, connoisseur. Look at you. For sure.
Yeah.
I haven't got my car washed.
Me either, man. It's looking
when you
sad.
When you have a black or a gray truck, you can kind of get away with it. Kind of like,
I have a black
it's a truck. You don't got nothing to look clean.
Yeah.
So I get, oh my gosh, chocolate covered cherries, chocolate covered apricots, just a lot of chocolate. And I say this a lot. Most Glendronachs, it's almost like open up a tin can of like Nesquik, which is kind of like cocoa powder.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if there's a little bit of dirt that's added. It's mostly chocolate, like 95% chocolate, but like 5% is like soil sprinkled in. You get that earthiness from the dunnage warehouses. I didn't write this down, but I did put oranges. But now that you say it, it does kind of smell like you're going through a car wash.
Through a car wash.
What is that even made out of? I wonder.
Carnauba wax, maybe.
But how's it get the fruitiness or whatever?
I don't know.
A little bit of nuttiness, and I think it's mostly kind of walnut. Every Glendronach that I've ever had, and more so on the 15, the 18, and the 21, and the single cask, I get this creamy coco lopez, which when we went down to the Keys, I got pineapple juice, like good quality pineapple juice. I got pineapple vodka, and I got creamy coco lopez that can make it that creamy coconut added in. So good.
Things getting weird.
Yeah, some creamy coco lopez coconut in there.
Definitely.
A little bit of like oaky and leather armchairs. I know that's such a cliche thing to say in the whiskey industry, but hey, the people say it for a reason. Like there is a leathery quality to it. Snickers. So I think there's a little bit more. Obviously, the chocolate, the caramel, the nuttiness again with like maybe like peanuts with the walnut. Man, I don't know how you don't like sherry whiskey. I know you like. We did Macallan 18 and he really liked it.
It is growing on me.
It's like fruit and chocolate. How do you not like fruit and chocolate?
It's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
You're crazy.
I swear it goes back to it's all the dark fruit notes. It's all the wine notes.
You don't like chocolate? Do you not like chocolate covered raisins?
I just
chocolate covered cherries.
No, I don't like cherries, man.
You don't?
I don't like cherries.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You really like.
I like
if
cherry.
you had one,
I like
it
cherry.
really tastes bad.
I like fake cherry, like not like
cherry flavored stuff.
Cherry flavored.
But if you actually had a cherry and you ate it, it would do nothing. You'd be like, no thanks.
I mean, I'll eat it. I'm just not the biggest fan of it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, Tom Brady.
To each their own.
Tom Brady has only eaten strawberries once, and it was like recently on a talk show.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you see he
hates them.
And I disagree with all the crazy people on Twitter who are like mad at like saying like, all right, so I think he was in Hawaii or somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And he was holding his daughter's hand.
And he pulled her off.
And it was only like 50. It was like 10 or 15 feet. And she's
if you're
like
committing to jump,
yeah,
and you don't
and
jump,
she chickened out, and he kind of like he pulled her with him.
Yeah.
Like that could happen to any good dad.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Especially if you want to hold on. If you're paying.
You know why people on Twitter are looking to be mad at him, right?
Yeah.
As a Trump supporter. Let's be honest. That's why they're trying to hit on him.
Trump is
we don't talk
topic.
We don't talk topic. We don't talk about Trump on this channel. Good or bad.
Yeah.
We're not trying to get into those murky waters. Are we, Dave? And then last but not least, a little bit like almost French toast and maple syrup note. What are you going with, Palate?
Oh, let me do my palate. That's why you're always prepared for the palate, and I'm never prepared for the palate.
We're always prepared, Dave.
Is it always ready? What is Coast Guard?
What is our? So we have multiple. So
yeah, I know.
It's honor, respect, devotion to duty. What is the? Oh my gosh!
It's like a
I'm
TV
edit
tagline.
this out. I know. Always. What is it? Semper Paratus is our. Semper Paratus. What is that? I think that means.
I don't even have my phone.
Always ready? Yeah, I think it's
always ready.
I think Paratus means we're gonna put it right there. And please don't take my Coast Guard card away from me, guys. I've been medically discharged for a while.
Yeah, I think it's something prepared, like or
always
ready.
I think it's always prepared.
Always.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, whatever. Just erase it and put it in. Prune juice is there for me. The car wash soap. The car wash soap is there, but it doesn't taste soapy. Dark fruits. I wrote raisin wax because it definitely has a coating. It's a drying coating taste to it. Chocolate raisinets. I guess that's the only kind of raisinets. So the chocolate notes are there. Now that
you like chocolate covered raisins,
I do like chocolate covered raisins. So I didn't get the earthy, soily notes until you said it, but that's totally there as far as it's like chocolate raisins in dirt.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You really
that? Yeah. And we have had lots of dirt in our time. And then last but not least, I wrote orange juice vodka.
Yeah?
It just reminds me a little bit, and that's more of the finish. I think that's my finish. It kind of leaves, it's a very, probably the ABV gives it that heat or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a decent, I said it was 48% ABV, so it's a decent ABV.
Probably that it doesn't taste like vodka. It's just that heat of the ABV. Yeah. It's, man, it's nice. Yeah. I respect it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me take another sip.
How about you, man? Did you say this was not non-colored, non-chill filtered?
It's a pretty good color.
Yeah.
A natural color.
Yeah.
Which
I guess 23 years will do that.
Yeah. Even if it didn't have, all the sherry goodness, just like the oak makes it a little darker. But then when you add a little bit of that sherry, when you have good quality sherry cask, because a lot of times they're
what are the tannins? What the
tannins, vanillins? There's a vanillin in the oak that gives it the vanilla flavor.
It's amazing
it's interesting, man. I love it. I know I'm a whiskey geek, but it's so fascinating how you get the flavors, which that might come up in a second in the question of the night. Flavors of whiskey.
Stay tuned.
So, I was saying something earlier. What were we talking
sorry.
about? Dave.
I was talking about your
talk about the color. So we all know color is not everything. So I've had some really light whiskeys that were out of this world phenomenal. But sometimes when we're talking specifically about sherried whiskeys, and if it's stated on the label natural color, you can kind of tell how much sherry goodness it's soaked up in there. And sometimes, I mean, I guess it could be a crappy sherry cask and it's not better. But if it has a good quality sherry cask, you can just tell how much rich, luscious sherry goodness it's kind of soaked into the whiskey if it's natural color. And this has a great color.
Yeah.
So I get, again, chocolate-covered cherries, chocolate-covered plums, chocolate-covered raisins, chocolate-covered oranges. Just everything is chocolate.
Chocolate rain.
Nesquik, again, tin can of cocoa Nesquik with some earth in there. Leather armchairs again, a little oakiness. Again, a little bit of the maple syrup, French toast type quality. Walnuts again, creamy coco lopez. This time I get almost like a buttery chocolate pastry. A little bit more of a pastry
I can ride that ride.
note to it, which is really pleasant. My kids have these muffins that are like chocolate covered muffins.
Oh.
They have chocolate chips in it.
I know the muffins.
Dave's probably stolen them.
Every time
when
I
Dave
leave his
leaves,
house.
Dave's family eats a little bit healthier than our family, so Dave always raids the kitchen when he leaves.
We really don't. It just, we get small quantities of it, and it's
Gone
my
quickly.
kids are like little honey badgers. I got Fruity Pebbles, literally 2 days, and it's gone.
The honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give it. Anything else to get with this? The 40%, 48% ABV really drives this. And I am a fan that they made it a little bit. I mean, I would love cast strength, but I like that it's 48% ABV.
I think it's a great compliment.
What else do you get on what about the finish?
That's where I got that orange juice vodka, but it doesn't taste like vodka. It's just the heat from the ABV stays a little bit, and I can feel it just warming me all the way down. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
It's like I know I said cherry cough syrup. It's not it's that coating that the sherry, when it's a waxy sherry, for me, just kind of, I can feel it go all the way down. It's nice.
Long, short, medium?
Medium to long.
What? And it's the orange that stands out the most?
Yeah, orange for me.
So for me, this is actually a really long finish. I want to say it's like crazy long, but it's medium to long. I would say it's more long. And for me, you just get all the creamy coco lopez, the chocolate covered.
I think he just likes saying coco lopez.
Coco lopez. Chocolate cherries, chocolate plums, chocolate raisins, chocolate oranges, everything like that. Then you get a little bit like the Snickers, the walnuts.
So just the oranges.
It's good stuff. I get almost a little bit like the mouth watering, where it kind of like makes you salivate, but then it goes drying, kind of like the whole Highland Park thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of drying, but then it gets like mouth watering again.
What am I gonna be?
Pretty good stuff.
It is great.
But the real question is, what is David, the notorious sherry hater, gonna give this?
I'm gonna give this a nice flat score of a 90.
What?
Yeah, I really
Wow.
like this. Now it's not my favorite. It's a 90 because even though it's a sherry bomb, it's so well done that it doesn't put me off at all to it. I don't necessarily think that I would invest in this.
Yeah. But you can appreciate it.
Oh man, but it's great. It's a real treat.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Nothing really stood out as a negative to me, which I'm always looking for when I'm having a sherry. I'm always like, oh no, what am I gonna not like about this? And it was
good.
Yeah, it's not simple, but it's simple enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna give this. Man, I really like this. For a long time, I thought I actually liked the 18, Glendronach 18, better than the 21.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. This particular bottle that I had was really, really good. So I think I got to give this a 91 or a 92. And I think I'm going to be generous tonight and give it a 92 out of 100.
There we go.
So
it's official. It's a 91 average.
Malted Man Cave approved. Question of the night.
Yeah, so kind of on the same notes as far as what would we want. If you have a great uncle that you never knew over in Scotland, and you get a letter in the mail, and it says, "Hey, we've got an ancient and old."
Can I tell a funny story real quick?
Yeah.
Along that vein.
Yeah.
So I found out everybody has some kind of kings and queens at some point, so it's not like that special. But my family, and they actually did the time to actually legit. Sometimes you're like, oh, how accurate is this? But my uncle paid tons of money. I think he even went over to Europe. He did lots of crazy stuff. Found out, and this is pretty cool. We're related to William the Conqueror in 1066, the Norman invasion. Found out some bad news after that. Found out my favorite movie, Braveheart, William Wallace is my hero. Found out I come from the loins of Edward the Longshanks. And I was very depressed. The bad guy in my favorite movie.
Yeah. Oh, wait. The Longshanks. Oh, he's the one
Edward the Longshanks.
Yeah, he's the one that threw his son. So funny.
Or his son's lover out the window.
It's just like, who are you?
Yeah. So.
Not that was funny.
I have evil blood in me.
Yeah.
Although I think I've heard some history accounts. He wasn't a great dude, but he wasn't as bad as they portrayed him in that movie. I think.
Yeah.
Who knows?
License. Creative licensure.
So sorry to
no worries.
So I have an old relative in Scotland.
So you have an old relative in Scotland, and they have a distillery waiting for you, and you can go over there and design a whiskey that's going to be your signature. What do you want in it?
What flavors?
What flavors? What notes are you looking for? What are you? What would you want?
All right. So I'm not going to say I want this in the nose, this in the palate. I'm going to say specifically just what I would like to be in all the nose, the palate, and the finish.
Yeah.
So my favorite whiskey distillery, as most people know, is Springbank, Clynelish, Lagavulin, Glendronach, and some of those. So I think I would have a whiskey that is matured in bourbon and sherry, first fill quality cask. And I would hope that I would get... on the nose, the palate, and the finish, fruity vanilla notes, like pineapple, pears, apples with vanilla from the bourbon. I would hope that I would get the chocolate, and hopefully they would be matured in dunnage warehouses, so you get that earthiness, oaky aged notes. I would want.
Speaking of age, what's an age?
Oh, 50 years old, obviously. 50 years of age.
50 years age.
We'll go with the 12-year-old.
Okay. I mean, okay.
So, but the flavors I would want, like I said, so then I would want the chocolate, some of the stuff that we got tonight from the sherry cask that I'd use. I want to get the chocolate covered cherries, raisinettes, orange. Then I would want to have the specific note that I get from Brookladdy and I get from Springbank, which is kind of undercooked sugar dough cookies.
Yeah.
Kind of like sugar dough cookies before they're baked.
Yeah.
I'd want that in there. I want a little bit of the waxiness that you get from Clynelish.
Yeah.
Maybe a little marzipan notes, a little, like I said, coco lopez, or a lot of things that I get with Clynelish a lot. Especially whenever I get marzipan notes or waxy notes, I like it when you get, what is that fruit gum? It's comes in a yellow package.
Juicy fruit?
Juicy fruit notes. I would want the slightest hint of floral. I don't like too much floral. I like a little floral where it makes it complex, but I don't want it too flowery.
It's very easy for floral to just be everything.
So just a tad bit of floral.
Yeah.
And then I would want some sort of umami note. So Springbank and Lagavulin are two of my favorite that you can get that a lot. So I know I say a lot about Lagavulin 8 and Lagavulin 12. There's this chicken noodle soup broth or something savory like that to go in so that it's not too sickly sweet, and then maybe just a little bit of peat to follow it out.
All right.
I gotta come up with my name.
I like it. Yeah.
What about you? Probably more bourbon, right?
Yeah. So it'd be a bourbon, but it would probably be
And I'm sure I'd add. I'm gonna think of more stuff afterwards that I want to add.
Yeah.
In, but just off the cuff, Dave just came up with that.
So I love the sweetness of a bourbon. I love the notes, the vanilla, the oak, the brown sugar, and just all of the deliciousness.
Toffee notes too, yeah.
Yeah.
Toffee and burnt sugar.
Oh yeah. So all of those things, I love it, but I also want something to balance all that sweetness. I don't like something. Like I said, sometimes bourbon can just be like a dessert. Like it's just sweet.
So a little bit more oakiness.
Yeah, a little bit of oakiness.
A little bitter.
Maybe a higher ABV. Something with a little
drive the flavor.
Yeah, drive the flavor and give a little balance to it. I like those kind of peppery notes that you find in some of the whiskeys, and I like to see some of those
spicy notes. Dang it.
Yeah. I'd like to see some of those spicier notes that you see with some of the Scottish whiskeys be more present in a bourbon.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I'd start with. Obviously, I'm not on Keith's level, but I think
dude.
No. As far as describing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you like bourbon, which is not typically quite as complex.
I'd like it to be chill filtered and color added and aged.
One year in a warehouse that's not done
in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee, aged in Miller Lite cask.
So it's gonna be a vodka.
Touche.
It's gonna be a rice or a potato vodka.
What would you call it?
Oh,
Dave's Whiskey Corner. Dave's Whiskey Bottling Company. Dave's Whiskey Bottling. Creative Whiskey
Dave's
Company.
Whiskey. My real one, my passion project. I think I would name it. You know what I would name it?
Beckett Bourbon.
Beckett Bourbon.
Beckett's Bourbon. He just had a son named Beckett.
Yeah, I would name it. Yeah, that's a good one. Beckett Bourbon.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't come up with one on the top of my head without thinking about it. So,
But
thank
I'm
you guys
gonna
for
think about
joining
that.
this craziness. We appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe. If you have a question tonight that you want to leave in the comments for us to banter about. So, as always, Scotch is king,
But bourbon is best.